Hey guys, it's Rady Rogers back with the next part to What If Goku Landed in One Piece. Sorry, this is coming out late. As some of you may know, test season just ended, and I'm waiting for my test results. So yeah. Anyways, like always, if you guys have the time, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to get notified of new videos, and also join my Discord. Uh, some people on there are awesome Redditors that I make thumbnails for, so go check them out. Some of them are in the description below. So yeah. And let's get into the what if. Last time we left off, Goku had just defeated the Red Ribbon Army and also had killed Demon King Piccolo. And after that he went to the lookout as he was instructed by somebody to do so, as when he got there he saw an older looking Piccolo. And now, with the recap out of the way, let's get into the what if. After he sees Piccolo, he charges at him, thinking Piccolo was still alive, as Mr. Popo would step in, as Goku stops immediately, as he doesn't sense any evil intentions from Popo, as he asks Popo why he's defending Piccolo. Popo would say that that's not Piccolo, as a sweat drops from his back of his head as Goku comes down, but still hesitant. As Popo introduces Goku to Kami as Kami speaks. Kami says, "Goku, are you wondering why I brought you here?" "Yes, some voice told me to go here," Goku answers. "Was that you?" As Kami responds, "Yes, child, that was me." "But why?" Goku asks. Kami says it's because that Piccolo's son is going to return in a few years. As Goku is shocked. As Kami says, he's going to return in a few years, specifically around the East Blue. "But okay, how? How is he going to return? I'm sure I killed him in our fight." Kami responds, "Yes, you did, but at that moment you pierced his stomach. He laid an egg, which was sent to the small creek in the forest you were fighting in. And after the fight, the egg washed up on the ship, leaving Wano, and was heading to the East Blue, somewhere around the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament would start again. So we both have a suspicion that Piccolo is going to enter the tournament to get revenge on you, knowing that you would be there." "Makes sense," as Goku comments. Kami says, "That's why I brought you here, Goku. It's because you need to be ready and train for his return. He's going to be back, stronger than last time." As Goku agrees, as he asks one more question. He asks why Kami looks like Piccolo, as he would explain what he did in the original, as the time skip for Goku would start as 5 years would pass. During these 5 years, Goku would learn how to activate his Wrath form at will, and he would also learn some key techniques like the Mabofu, cause Kami taught it to seal Piccolo, and he would also learn Haki from Mr. Popo, and also learn more fighting styles. After the 5 years are up, which would make him about 17, he would head to the East Blue by flying, since he knows how to fly without the Nimbus, as he wouldn't have to deal with giant waves. And also during this time, Kaido would take over Wano. Goku would try to defeat him, but Kami would stop him, knowing Goku was too weak, and also Grandpa Gohan would have died from old age. Rest in peace. And Master Roshi would move to the Sabori Grove, the mangroves in the time before the time skip of One Piece. Yeah. And Krillin would join the Marines as a captain. Goku makes it to the tournament as he registers himself into the tournament, and the tournament would go more or less the same, with Goku sparring Piccolo, and giving him a sense of being after defeating him and earning his trust as Piccolo's copster leaves with a little smile on his face. And this would be around the time Luffy would drive Buggy and his crew out of Buggy Island. After the tournament, he would meet with his old friends as he would meet Krillin and Master Roshi, as they would talk for a bit. Krillin would ask Goku for a favor, as Goku would ask what the favor was, as Krillin would ask Goku to check an island nearby called Syrup Village. Uh, he, him and his troop had been suspicious of a pirate gang that had been hiding out on that island for years. Some pirate gang called the Black Cats. So that's why he asked if he could check it out since Krillin doesn't have the time. As Goku agrees. After the chat with Krillin, he goes to the island where Luffy, Zoro, Nami, and Usopp are on. As when he gets there, he sees the Straw Hat crew who just docked there as Goku lands right beside their ship. After Goku lands, Luffy runs up to him as he asks Goku how he did that with a look of amazement. Zoro steps in and asks why Goku is there as Goku tells him he's here because a friend asked him to look around for some pirates hiding on this island. Zoro asks him in a defensive tone what was the name of these pirates as Goku replies, what was the name of the pirates? The Black Trucks, the Black Jacks. No, wait, the Black Cats. Yeah, that's the name. Zoro sighs with relief. Goku asks him who they are as Luffy would answer them by telling that they are the Straw Hat Pirates. And Nami would hit him over the head. As Goku would be confused. As Nami comments that they were not that famous. Well, not famous yet. Luffy asks Goku about his tail as Goku would say that was something he was born with. As Luffy says, so it's not a devil fruit? No, it's my tail. As Luffy's pretty interested in this. While they're chatting, a long-nosed man with goggles on his head would come out as Usopp would introduce himself. And this would go pretty similar and kind of with him going to meet Kaya with the Straw Hats, her battler betraying her, and the fight with Luffy and him would begin. While Goku is there to take care of the Black Cat's pirates crew with Zoro. Goku takes care of them pretty easily and goes to check on Luffy, who had just defeated Kalhado. When Goku arrives, he sees that Luffy had taken care of his fight as Goku congratulates him. But before anything could happen, Kalhado tries to sneak attack Luffy with one final slice, but to his surprise, Goku shoots a ki blast at him, knocking him out and giving him a few burns. As Luffy thanks Goku for the assistance, he would offer Goku a part on his crew. Goku thinks about this for a moment as he would see that all of them are pretty strong, and Zoro and him could spar or train whenever they wanted, as Goku accepts, as he alerts Krillin of the pirates who had been on Syrup Village. After the mission, all the Straw Hats, including their new member Goku, would go to the beach as they see Kaya and Usopp, as Kaya would still give them the merry-go. Rest in peace later in the story. And Usopp would also join the Straw Hats. After they went to Syrup Village, they would eventually encounter the Baratie restaurant where a certain blonde, hot-headed chef would be working at. They still go and eat there as Luffy, and this time Goku would eat all the foods prepared for them by Sanji, as the other chefs would ask for the payment. Goku and Luffy can't say anything as the chef drags them to the upper levels, specifically in the kitchen, as he tells them to wash the dishes for 1 year straight. Luffy asks that he doesn't want to do it as the chef looks at him with a menacing look. As he would say it's to pay for both of their meals, as he would start dishwashing non-stop. And Luffy would see that the other Straw Hats eat in there as he would still ask them to drag Goku and him out of there, as they would still ignore him. Meanwhile, Don Carrig and his crew would eventually arrive, demanding the chefs to give him and his crew water and food. The chefs disagree, but Sanji still steps up like in the original and feeds one of Don Carrig's lackeys. And the fight would start with Don Carrig and his crew, in which Goku takes care of his crew, with not that much trouble. A hit or two, but that's pretty much it. And he also helps Sanji and Luffy fight Don Carrig, so the fight would end pretty quickly after Goku joined in. After the fight, Mihawk would show up, and you know how this fight would go with Zoro being nerfed by Mihawk. And after the battle, Goku asks Luffy where the Mary is. Luffy says he doesn't know, then Zoro asks where Nami is. Nami went, as they would wonder. What Nami? Nami wouldn't taken the Mary with her and all the treasure she had to Arlong Island after she abandoned the crew at Baratie restaurant. The rest of the crew would follow her with the ship they got from Baratie. After they get to Arlong Island, Zoro and Sanji would be captured like in the original, as they would have been brought to the Arlong Castle. As like in canon, Nami would free Zoro and Sanji and tell them to escape. But not a second later, Goku, Luffy, and Usopp burst through the wall. As Arlong, Luffy, and Goku would begin to fight, while Usopp fights long range. Arlong starts to go easy on them at first, but quickly realizes that Goku is in a whole other league, as he would have to resort to using his teeth as weapons. And around this time, Zoro would be fighting the kind-hearted Octoman Hachi, and Sanji would be still mighty Manta Man. Back to the fight with Goku, Luffy, and Arlong. Goku and Luffy are having trouble as Goku is dodging most of Arlong's attacks, distracting him while Luffy is attacking from a long range using his Gomu Gomu no pistol. And eventually this tactic works as Arlong is getting exhausted, with Goku now starting to join in as both of them take down Arlong, but at the cost of Goku's power ball, which was snapped in half by Arlong's teeth. And also Hachi and Manta Man would be defeated by Zoro and Sanji, as after the event they reclaim the Mary and Luffy officially invites Nami to join the crew, as she would accept. After the events of Arlong Island, the Marines would start to notice Luffy and his crew's misfortunes, as they would man Luffy with a bounty of 30 million berry like in the original, and raise Goku's bounty from 20 million to 28 million, and the other bounties would be the same. The Straw Hats make a stop at Loguetown, home of Goldie Roger and the entrance behind the Grand Line. On the journey, Zoro and Goku go to the weapon shop to buy more weapons. Well, Goku went there to the weapon shop to see if they had any fighting sticks, because his power pole was broken, and Zoro needed new swords. They make it to the shop, and Zoro would still meet Smoker's assistant Tagashi, as Zoro is uncomfortable seeing the resemblance to his friend, as he would be nervous around her. While Goku was looking for a weapon, as he would find one, as it was a golden pole with 4 stars etched around it, with the design of a dragon, which has a smashing resemblance to a certain dragon in the DBZ franchise. As Goku would ask how much was the weapon, but the shop owner explained that the Dragon Pole of Fury, yes, that is his name, or the Golden Dragon, is a cursed weapon which would eventually kill Goku, and the chosen one would be the only one who could properly use his power. As Goku tilts his head in confusion, the shop owner explains, as he says that the pole was something used by one of Goldie Roger's right-hand men. Goku asks who, as the shopkeeper responds by saying the Great Key Master Gohan. As Goku says, "Oh, you mean Grandpa Gohan?" Yes, Grandpa. Wait, Grandpa Gohan? The creep responds. As Goku says, yeah, Grandpa Gohan. He was the one who taught me how to fight with the power pole. As Goku spins it as he elongates the weapon, sending it down to the floorboard as he apologizes. The shopkeeper is amazed that Goku can actually use the Dragon Pole, as he would praise Goku for being able to use it. As Goku asks the price of the weapon, the shop owner gives it to Goku for free, as he would say that it was his to begin with, since anyone who ever tried to use the weapon would always fail, because it would always blow up in their faces. Zoro would get his new swords as well. After they ran out of the store because Tashigi found that their pirates, they head to where Goldie Roger was executed to see Luffy there with Buggy and Alwida, readying to decapitate him. Goku asks if they should step in, as Zoro tells to give Luffy a minute. And like in the original, Luffy escapes because of a strange lightning bolt hitting him, as he would still get caught by Smoker and saved by Dragon, as Goku would fly both Luffy and Zoro out of Loguetown to the Merry. At the Merry, Nami's scolding Luffy for almost getting executed, as that would go like in canon, as it would seem as the crew had evaded the Marines again, as they would head to the Calm Belt. In the Calm Belt, the Seeking would attack as Zoro is slicing some of them, while Goku is blasting Ki on some of them, and Sanji is using his Black style on them. After that whole mess, they make it to the Grand Line, only to be swallowed by Laboon. As after they get swallowed, they meet Crocus, who has been living inside Laboon to make sure Laboon's okay, and he doesn't hit the wall over and over again. But in the background, two strange characters, Mr. Nine and Miss Sunday, or Vivi, are spying on the Straw Hats and are going to attempt to kill Laboon, who had been waiting 50 years for his crew to return, destroying any ships that harbor by. The Straw Hats understand, and the whales slowly make it an unofficial member of the crew, as Luffy would paint the Straw Hat symbol on it, as Crockett would explain the story of Laboon. Goku chimes up. Wait, so he wants to get over the wall. Well, I can maybe arrange that. As all of them say in unison, you can? Confused. As I said, maybe. Crockett asks Goku to try, as Goku tells everyone to step back. Goku starts to power up into his Wrath form as he began to get bigger and muscular, and his hair began to spike up as the ground began to shake. Some cracks were forming. After he transformed, he went into the ocean as he tried to lift Laboon. Slowly but surely, Laboon was rising as the entire crew as well as Crocus was shocked. But he was too heavy, even for Goku, as he stopped midway. Goku, after putting Laboon down, Hades transformed as he was panting heavily, as he apologized to Crocus. As Crocus said, he gave it his best efforts. Luffy still promised Laboon that he would come back to visit him, as Laboon would let them pass. While they were crossing, Miss Friday and Mr. Nine would request the Straw Hats to take them back to their home, as the Straw Hats agreed to do so. When they get to the port, it seems as though everyone in the small town is celebrating the return of Miss Wednesday and Nine, as Mr. Nine tells them the town would probably want to throw them a party, as like in canon they would be tricked and poisoned. As this would go like in canon, with the Straw Hats figuring out that they are Baroque Works agents, as they battle their way through the crowds faster than the original, as they run into Mr. 5 and Mr. 9. That would reveal that Vivi is the princess of Alabasta, and would figure out that she was infiltrated and would figure out something about Crocodile or Baroque Works, whatever you call it. Goku and Zoro easily take care of them as they make a deal with Vivi and her butler that they would liberate Alabasta. During their journey, they would end up in the little garden where the clash of two giants would be continuing, as they battle for their ages. While the Straw Hats are there, the Straw Hats meet Dory and Brogy, who have been continuing their battle for almost 5,000 years, as Usopp and this time Goku would befriend them. As Goku likes the idea of a never-ending battle, and Usopp likes the giant's personality. As Goku would ask Brogy and Dory to fight him, but Nami drags him out of it pretty quick, saying that they don't have time for that. A while later, the Straw Hats are pursued by Baroque Works agents. Mr. 3, Mr. Golden Week, Mr. 5, Miss Valentine, Mr. 13, and Miss Friday. The battle doesn't last very long, as with Goku, Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji taking care of them in seconds, as they would obtain an eternal pose that directly points to Alabasta, so now it's straight shot to their destination. After they depart, Nami mysteriously gets sick, as they had to head for a nearby island to find a doctor. Surprise! They landed on Drum Island, where a certain old doctor and reindeer with a particular hat lives in a castle. After they dock, they go to the town as they try to find a doctor to heal Nami, as they will find Dr. Kudehera, who had come from her castle to check on the villagers, with her trusty assistant and literate reindeer, Tani Chappa. As when Luffy got one look at him, he decided immediately that he needed Chopper to be on his crew. As Chopper and Dr. Kudehera immediately go up to the castle. Luffy wants to climb it, but the villagers warn him of the snow bunnies. Goku reassures him that he can fly Luffy and Nami up there on the Nimbus, because he still has a Nimbus, as he flies all of the Straw Hats up to the castle. After they get there, everyone sees Chopper, as all the Straw Hats think he's pretty cool, as they would give Nami to Dr. Kudehara to take care of her. And also during this time, Wapol would arrive at Drum Island, wanted to reclaim his throne, as he would head straight to the castle. Meanwhile, with a certain green fellow, Piccolo would be on a pirate ship with a crescent-bearded logo with a bandana on. And you guessed it, he's on the Whitebeard's pirate ship, as he's one of their commanders now. How? It's because after Goku defeated him, he needed to find his place, as he would have gone to an island where Whitebeard would have found him, as he would have convinced him to join, as he would be with Ace on one of his... He would be one of Whitebeard's son, and with Ace on one of his hunts for Blackbeard, as the next location they had was Alabasta, with the Straw Hats. They were fighting Wapol and his men, as Luffy would have convinced Chopper to join the crew. Goku was having a hard time, as an instinct he would activate his Wrath form, sending a massive Kamehameha at Wapol's men, taking all of them out, as Luffy would take Wapol out. As their mission at Drum Island would be over, as Chopper would officially join the crew. After a long journey, they finally make it to their destination, Alabasta, as they see a desert with some buildings in the distance. After their dock, Goku senses something familiar, as he thinks he knows this key signature, as he tries to remember where he knows it, but still can't put his finger on it. Also in Alabasta, Smoker and Tashihiki had arrived, hearing rumors of the Straw Hats going there, as they made it their first to arrest them. After they get off, they still had to battle the Haki turtle seals, as Luffy and Goku take care of them, making friends with the turtle seals. As they would make it to where they were in original, as Goku and Luffy would be in the pub eating as much as they could, as suddenly out of nowhere, Smoker bursts through the wall with his sea stone sword in hand, ready to hit Luffy. But a man with flames around him steps in, stopping the sword, as we know him as Ace. Smoker is about to go intangible, but Piccolo comes in as he punches Smoker with a hockey-covered fist, sending him flying into the table, as Piccolo told Ace to watch his back. Goku shouts Piccolo, as Piccolo scoffs at Goku, as he tells him to shut up. And after shut up, as Goku asks why Piccolo's doing at Alabasta, as Piccolo says that's none of his business, as Ace says that they're here looking for Blackbeard or Teach, as Piccolo hits him on the head, as he yells at Ace, telling him not to reveal objectives to complete strangers, as Ace apologizes. Goku chimes in as he says he knows Piccolo and he's glad to see him, as Ace would meet up with Luffy. SpongeBob gets up as Ace, Piccolo, and Luffy hightail it out of the pub, as they would meet with the other Straw Hats in the desert. They eventually lost Poker, and Goku and Luffy would introduce Piccolo and Ace to the Straw Hats, as after they introduce each other, Goku would ask Piccolo why he was with Ace, as he would show the white bear symbol on his arm. He would explain that after Goku defeated him, he went around the world, trying to find his place, and he did the Whitebeard Pirates, as he would explain how he and Ace became friends. And things just picked up from there. And Goku congratulates him, as Luffy would still meet Ace, and he would still give him a Revere card. As the Straw Hats and the Whitebeard Pirates would go their separate ways. But that's where I'm gonna leave this part, because the Alabasta art's kind of a long one. So yeah. And like always, if you had the time, like, subscribe, and turn notifications. And sorry this video is short. Yeah, bye.